What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be showing you the game that took me to 1400 elo in blitz chess. Without further ado, let us begin. Start off the game d4, and then I like to play d4, bishop c4, knight f3, e3, c4, and I just like to just play the London system. My opponent played d5, I played bishop f4, knight f6, knight f3. We're just standard development here. I played e3, e6, a3 to prevent any piece from going to b4. My opponent developed his bishop. I played c4, gambling a pawn to get my bishop out. I move my bishop back, and he played bishop d6. I didn't even take here, because if I took, then they're just helping me get 2 pawns in the center. Now I took the f pawn and queen e7. I played g3, stabilizing the f4 pawn because it's very weak. The d4 pawn is pretty weak too. I think it will be stabilized later in the game. Knight f4 doesn't really have any. I don't know what that does. It targets the f2 and h2 pawns, and also looking at the e3 square, but really does not have any threat. So I just asked it to leave, and it did. And I played knight b3, takes, and bishop c6. I castled my king, and he castled his king. I played bishop c2, targeting the h7 pawn, maybe to sack in the future or something. Knight h5, targeting the g pawn, the g3 pawn, and the f4 pawn. Maybe gonna sack in the future to open up my king. I centralized my rook e1, taking open file, and my opponent sacrifices knight takes f4. I took because I didn't really see what his follow-up would be. Maybe queen f6. I just defend my pawn with the queen and just trade the queens and stabilize my king and not get mated. He centralizes his rook on c8, and then I played bishop e4, because if I trade all the pieces, then he's not going to really mate me. So that sacrifices for nothing, and I'm just winning. He took, and I took back with the rook, and he played f5, which is pretty reasonable because he just attacks my rook, and maybe his queen and rook is ready to join the party, like rook f6 and then rook g6, and yeah, it's pretty nasty. I played rook e5, maybe trying to I want to move my queen and double up my rooks on the e-file. He played rook f6, and I already mentioned he's going to give a check on g6. I blocked the check and centralized my knight. Not really centralizing my knight. I just put it in a square that is attacking his weak pawns. I expected h6. I'll just go back. I think that's what happened. He played rook g6, and then I just moved because I didn't want to be pinned. And then he kicked me out, and I moved. And now he played queen d6, which doesn't really make sense. Maybe he's trying to go queen b5 check, but that doesn't really threaten anything. I played b4, and he played b6. I played d5, because if he takes, we take with the rook or the queen. Just get a lot of pieces next to his king. Pretty nasty. He played rook e6, stabilizing his e6 pawn. I took, and he didn't even take back, which is very weird. He could have taken with the rook. Either rook is here is fine. I have no clue why he went queen e6. Does not make sense at all. Now that gives me the chance to infiltrate on the d file, which I did. I played queen d7. And now he took the pawn on e6. Maybe he mouse slipped. I have no clue. Okay, I took the queen. He took mine. I took the rook, and he took my rook. So now we're just in an endgame where I'm up piece. I'm literally have Ux or knight, and he just has a rook and a pawn. He has a pawn for my knight, and he just has a rook. So I just tried to trade rooks. He didn't want to, which is correct. Here, rook e6 check, rook e8 check is terrible. That just invites him to go king f7, and I have to go all the way back to where I belong. Or I just no, I went rook c8. But I really should have, in this position, when he just played rook d6, I should have just played rook e7, eating all the pawns. But yeah, he gave a check on d1. He played rook c1, defending the pawn. I gave a check. The king went up, and then I bring my king up too. He gave a check. I blocked, and then he played c5. He took. I give a check. That one's the pawn, and I just took it. He didn't trade rooks, which is correct. I give a check again. The king went to h7. And I played rook c7, and if the pawn is pushed, I'll go rook a7. The pawn is never promoting, which is exactly what I did. He pushed, and that is a mistake. He just loses the pawn with knight c5. That's exactly what I played. I just won the pawn. He didn't trade rooks, he just gave a check, and then now he just went rook g6. I went rook a7, targeting the g7 pawn. He played rook c6, attacking my knight. And keep in mind here, he has 37 seconds, so we're just playing moves like fast, and there's no bonus time here, so like yeah, you gotta hurry up. And then I won knight d3. I really expected to give him a check, which he did, of course. King e3, and then I played rook c6, and he played rook c6. I centralized my knight e5, and rook e6 pinning me. I went king d4, and he played h5 because there's really no moves here. It's very hard. I played rook f7, targeting the pawn. He didn't even defend the pawn, so I just took. He attacked my rook, so I gave a check, and then he went up. I moved my king up, and he gave a check. King e6, check here, and he played rook a3, attacking my f3 pawn. I completely disregarded it. I want to take I want to take the g6 pawn. He didn't defend it, so I took. Now there's mate in 2 here, which I spotted. He had 14 seconds, so like it was kind of cooked. It's knight f8, and then rook h6 mate, which is actually what I played, and that won me the game, and that is why I am 1400. Now, if we look at the game review, I'm not really even sure how well I played or how bad I played. I don't know. We'll see the game review.
Well done pouncing on that free piece.
I got 83% accuracy, which is not even the best. And then he got 77% accuracy. I had 1 miss and 2 mistakes. Okay. I played like a 1900. And my opening was good. Middle game, end game was good. Start there.
Oh, you went d4?
I played d4. It's a
classic start.
Move,
opening lines for your dark bishop.
Computer.
Your opponent's making it a positional game. You're prepping that bishop for a grand entrance onto the board. You missed an opportunity to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why knight d2 was even a mistake. It's just developing a knight and it's ready to castle. I have no clue why it's a mistake. I guess Stockfish is just smarter than me. I'm still like plus 0.5, which is not bad.
Okay, it's a trade. Your opponent swapped pieces of equal value. Snag that recapture, easy. They missed the chance to prevent castling.
Prevent castling is very strong for black, of course.
You didn't see a chance to castle kingside. This basically hands your opponent the chance to prevent castling. Their better move was to prevent castling. Nice idea to kick that knight away. Your opponent's playing it. You overlooked an opportunity to castle kingside.
So basically, my 2 mistakes, I moved my knight, I moved my knight again, and they're both mistakes. And also, like, it's also a mistake not to castle. So, like, I have to castle. Like, I just have to castle, whatever.
Your opponent just swapped pieces. A trade. They are threatening to eventually win a pawn.
Wait, why is that a blunder? Wait, let me see something. What's happening? Oh my god. Why does it speed through everything?
You just snapped up that pawn for free. Can't beat that, right? What a move. Solid move. An excellent move. Well
sometimes.
You challenged their
Why was that a blunder?
An excellent move. Well done.
What did he play?
Okay, it's a trade. You overlooked an opportunity to win a tempo. Your opponent just left a knight hanging. Free material for you, my friend.
Oh. Knight takes a 4. That's a blunder.
That knight was hanging out there like a piñata, ready to be smashed.
Attack.
You challenged their rook. Solid move, nothing crazy here. You trade pieces fair.
Yeah, I'm just
Not
plus
bad,
3
but
for
I've
the
seen
whole
spicier
entire game.
meatballs.
I was just better because
Your opponent is like... Your opponent's passed pawn's getting closer, and it's getting spicy. Not the best move, but hey, we've all been there.
Not the best.
Your opponent's passed pawn's... Their rook played the... Your opponent's playing it safe. Not the best move, but not a bad one either. Yeah, get out of there. Safe. Not bad, but not brilliant. Oh no, your knight is pinned to the... Solid move, keeps things balanced. What a move. You just snapped up that... No time for sightseeing.
Okay.
An excellent move. Well done. You dodged that check like Neo in the... Sharp move.
Keep giving check.
Oof, that's not the best move. They missed
wait,
the chance
what
to
did I
pin a
miss?
knight to the king. Missed opportunity. You could have made them pay. This gives your opponent the green light to pin a knight to the king.
So what?
Oof, that's not the best move. Missed opportunity. You could have made them pay. This gives your opponent the green light to pin a knight to the king.
What did I miss though? Like, how do I see it? Show. So what? How's that the best? What? I don't even understand. Oh, because you're threatening mid on a7. But he's just gonna go check on a7 though.
They missed the chance to pin a knight to the king.
Whatever.
You are now able to force eventual check.
Yeah.
The only
Now you're
move.
both gonna-
One step closer to checkmate city population. GG. Checkmate secured. What a win.
That's a nice win. Now I'm 1400 blitz. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you